Hey, hey, hey! Welcome back to Melinda's Messy Sink. I am so excited. Today I am participating in a bake sale, treats, and dessert collaboration hosted by Valerie at the Hargett Life. There are several YouTube creators that have come together to participate in this collaboration. I will have the playlist as well as a link to Valerie's channel listed below in the description box. Wanted to welcome you if this is your first time to Melinda's Messy Sink. We do what's for dinners, grocery hauls, and general cooking recipes. When I thought of the dessert that I wanted to make for today, I was like, I don't know, there's so much good stuff out there, but I wanted to find something that was easy as well as delicious. We will be making homemade chocolate turtles. I am going to be using a recipe in this All About Candy Making book by Autumn Carpenter. I will try to find this cookbook and I'll have it linked below in the description box as well. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we opened up our bag of caramels, and every one of these caramels is individually wrapped. So we're gonna take the time to start with and just unwrap all of these caramels. All right, now we have our glass baking dish. Remember, you're gonna pick whatever size that you choose. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna open up our chopped pecans. So this recipe is multi-step. So I personally like to work in batches. That's why I picked a smaller pan. You need to decide how big of caramels that you want to make. So each one of these cubes of caramel, we're going to put into the oven and have them melt down on top of our nuts. So if you think about that spreading out, you just kind of think about how big of a caramel that you want. So some people will cut these in half. So what we're gonna do is you're just going to place your caramels, spread them out a good little bit because they're gonna spread out as well. You're gonna place them all over your nuts. And this first batch we'll do, we will leave them whole so you can get an idea of how big they are. The next batch we'll do, we'll cut them in half so you can see the difference, just so as you're deciding. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this in a 200-degree oven for 2 to 3 minutes. And you just want this caramel to be soft and gooey. You don't want it to be liquefied. This caramel, if you cook it too long, it will get hard and brittle. So what we're wanting to do for our turtles is we just want to soften everything and let the caramel kind of relax and sink down into the nuts. Right. First of all, do not laugh at me. I don't know how to read. The cookbook clearly says that you should be cooking these at 300 degrees, not 200 degrees. So I'm not sure where I misinterpreted that, but I put it in there for 200 degrees for 2 minutes and absolutely nothing happened. So I went back to the cookbook and realized that I had the wrong temperature. What I wanted to show you, these cooked probably 3 to 5 minutes. Your size of your caramel, the temperature and humidity at your house is also gonna matter as well. So that's what I'm saying, that you just need to keep an eye on these. Remember, these were the bigger ones, and see how big the turtle is gonna be. So what you're gonna do, so I'm gonna just destroy this one so you can see. So see how this, you want this soft, you want it gooey like this. So what you're gonna do is just turn it around in your nuts. And then you're gonna shake off the excess and you're going to put it on a piece of parchment paper to cool. And I kind of flatten mine down. And if there's a little weird piece here and there, you can just cover them with pecans. So that's what you have to do with these larger pieces. You have to work kind of quickly because of the fact that once that caramel starts cooling down, that it's gonna start solidifying again. So obviously if I wasn't, here talking and showing you bit by bit, I'm showing you with a fork, but you can easily use a spatula as well. You'll get a rhythm going all of your own. These are so easy, even though I don't know how to read the directions, so I made it seem a little harder. Oops. And see, even if it falls apart, like that one did, it's still stuck together because of the caramel. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to finish putting these together, and then I'll be back and I'm gonna show you the little pieces of caramel so that you can get an idea of the size. Okay guys, this is what our smaller pieces are gonna look like. Now with the smaller pieces, you're gonna have to work faster because they're gonna cool off faster. And if for some reason your kids need you or you get sidetracked with the phone or whatever, all you'll need to do is slowly warm these caramels back up to temperature. Okay guys, we have finished our batch of turtles. I wanted to show you a couple things. Whoops. So these were the large pieces. These are the smaller pieces. Just to give you a comparison, because I told you I would let you guys decide how big that you wanted to make them. Okay, so these over here are still warm. What we're gonna do is we're gonna let all these cool off, and while they're cooling off, we're gonna prepare our chocolate. Okay, so what I've done is I've taken my chocolate bar out of the box and I have broken it up into pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one box of the chocolate at a time. I am going to use the microwave. I'm going to microwave it for 30-second increments, and then I'm going to give it a good stir, put it back in until it is melted. All right, here is our first 30 seconds. You can see it's getting a little soft. You're gonna try to move it around. Your microwave has different hot points, so you still wanna stir it even though you don't think anything is happening. I stopped it at 15 seconds because we're getting closer, and I wanted to check it because I don't want it to seize up on me. Now, if you feel like you still have like hard pieces in there, if you give it a second and stir it, the heat from the other chocolate will help melt that. I don't know if my hand's been in the way there. Sorry, here, let me go this way. So see kind of where we're at? There is still some bigger pieces in there, but they are melting. And so just gonna take however much chocolate you want. You're gonna experiment the first couple of times, and you're gonna start drizzling it over. If you want more, great. There's no set amount. I try to give the top a really good coating. So these are a little time consuming, but they are so worth it. And people love, from what I have seen, people love homemade gifts. Also wanted to call out, whenever you're melting your chocolate, microwave times are gonna vary. So don't just assume because mine took about 45 seconds that yours would automatically take the same. As I'm finishing, so I melted my whole other bar of chocolate, and I'm finishing my batch here. Wanted to talk to you about a couple things. If you have extra chocolate, move your parchment paper around, and you'll be shocked. You'll see places, well, why didn't I put chocolate there? It's because it was on the other side of you and you couldn't see it. So if you need to use up extra chocolate, just check your pieces to make sure you have chocolate everywhere you want it. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna let these sit and rest and dry. Wanted to also give a shout out and a big thank you to Valerie from the Hargett Live for hosting our bake sale treats and desserts collab today. Her channel will be listed in the description box below. Also, the playlist of all the YouTube moms, creators, cooks, chefs, whatever their title is, their videos will be listed in the collaboration playlist as well. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you. Don't forget, Jesus loves you. I'll see you in the next one.